Yeah. So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest, not a bit of accomplice or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge. They don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like. Wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because their agendas are disguised. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
We're back. Hello, everyone. It is Pam Esquire, also known as Your Law Intellect. You guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're back. We are back in session because these rappers ain't playing no games out here in these streets. On today, rapper T.I. has filed a lawsuit against Sabrina Peterson. Clifford J. Harris Jr. has filed a lawsuit against Sabrina D. Peterson for libel per se, libel per quad, invasion of privacy, false light, an invasion of privacy, misappropriation of name or likeness. And we are about to go over that real quick. So make sure that you guys hit that like button because I'm working overtime for y'all. I'm working overtime today. Get you guys all the information so you know what's going on from the neighborhood to Hollywood. Of course, she did said he should have been sued her. Well, I guess I'm about to hear what she did because didn't she sue them or something? I thought she sued them at one point and made some allegations about GUNs or something being pointed to her head. Well, this is what T.I. is about to address. I pulled the lawsuit, but I have not read it. So we'll be reading it together as we do sometime. I don't know if YouTube is going to let anybody know that I'm live because I just got off. And they might think I'm doing too much. But if you hit the like button, then at least we'll be in the algorithm so that people will know that we back at it. Andrea says she did, meaning the lawsuit, I assume, from Sabrina, and it got thrown out, I think. Okay. It's just a lot going on. These rappers from my era, we litigate. They like to play in the court sandbox. I see. They like, these are games you want to play. We can play all day. And T.I. and them, they just won that OMG lawsuit. They won millions off that OMG case. They got a couple of dollars to throw around to go sue a couple of people if they got to. You got a notification, Kelly? Shout out to you. You thought it was my other video? No, but make sure you hit that like too, Kelly. Make sure you hit that like too. Y'all might end up going to the other video thinking that it's because I did just get off like a couple of minutes ago. I think she sued Shakana. Hey Ray, good to see you. Who is Sabrina again? We about to see. See, that's the good thing about a complaint. They're gonna have all the allegations within the complaint. Okay. I'm just giving you a couple of minutes to come in because I don't want to start this all over again because it's like 20-something pages. Of course, we're not probably reading every page because we don't have to. So, of course, the complaint is going to start out with probably an intro about how great T.I. is, how he's a phenomenal rapper. He's the best. And then if Sabrina got any lick of a bad pass, we are about to hear about it. If she ever stole bubble gum in kindergarten, We about to hear about it right now. Hear me what I say. So you guys know that's how it's going to be a nice sparky intro, to catch the attention. Probably a few photos in there so we can see what's up. And then he's going to let us know whatever she allegedly said that he's deeming is defamatory. And he said libel, so it's written, whatever was allegedly said. 504, I got you. I got you. My brother, like, we back. Yeah, we back. We up there. We back now. Okay, let's pull this up. All right, everybody, y'all welcome to the replay for all the people that get on the replay, because I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of people because I just was on. Harris, aka T.I., aka Tip. Thank you, Trudy, for the Cash App. I appreciate it. I'm over here working hard. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. I appreciate that. Tip has been a celebrated entertainer for the last 30 years, widely known throughout the world as a pioneer in hip-hop music, as a rapper, songwriter, and producer, as well as an actor, entertainment industry exec, and author. His popularity, global fan base, and the widespread interest in his life has made Harris a frequent subject for news and pop culture media outlets to cover. It had to be like a best man of the year speech. You know how that intro was going to be. Peterson is a self-promoting social media influencer who markets herself under the account name or handle at the Glam University as a business coach and entrepreneur on social media platforms, primarily Instagram, where she is followed by approximately 250,000 other accounts. So you got to say all of the different people, because whatever she says, you got to make sure it looks like it has a big reach, to affect his reputation. Over a decade ago, Peterson had a personal friendship with Harris's wife. So now all of y'all that don't know who Sabrina is, you about to find out who she is. So that was Peterson had a personal friendship with Tamika Harris, aka Tiny. Also a celebrated award winner, singer, and songwriter. However, Harris, along with his wife, ended the friendship because of Peterson's dark, toxic, and negative character was neither a healthy nor positive energy or influence on or around his family. Ever since Harris and his family spurned Peterson, she has been obsessed with Harris and his wife. She spent years desperately seeking her way into their good graces. Unsuccessful, Peterson turned to her usual pattern of online harassment and threatening behavior that throughout the years she has unleashed on several other individuals who similarly sought to no longer associate with her. However, unlike Peterson's other victims who were not well-known celebrities, attacking Harris and his family has brought Peterson the online popularity or clout she has been seeking as an online social media influencer. As a social media influencer, Peterson's livelihood depends on her visibility and popularity or clout on various social media platforms. One of Peterson's successful methods of securing such clout has been through leveraging the interest that fans, media, and others have in Harris in order to steer attention toward herself and her social media accounts. Specifically, mentioning Harris on various online platforms in close association with herself brings viewership to and engagement with Peterson's social media posts. As such, she intentionally and/or recklessly posts false, salacious information and baseless accusations about him in order to stay relevant in online social media and gain clout on popular social media platforms, including Insta, Facebook, and YouTube. Most of Peterson's social media posts about Harris and his family have crossed the line of decency, are defamatory, and are intended to harass him and his family. A series of posts on Instagram on September 17, 2024 were particularly beyond the pale when she falsely stated that Harris was under federal investigation for actual trafficking of women in connection with another celebrity entertainer currently being prosecuted for such conduct. Oh, dang, how did he get in this? Diddy, you and everybody's stuff, bro. Peterson published these statements about Harris knowing they were false and defamatory in order to advance her own personal interests. This lawsuit is intended to redress the harm caused by Harris as a result of these false, defamatory statements that were published by Peterson simply to advance her popularity in online social media. Diddy, like, how I get in it? Papa said he catching strays all day. I don't know if he already sued Sabrina, but he sure sued her today. She said, I'm surprised T.I. didn't sue Sabrina expeditiously. Diddy has no friends in the industry. They like, Diddy who? Diddy what? Diddy who? They like, don't put me in it. Y'all can talk about Diddy, but don't put me in it. Okay, this is the parties and jurisdiction. We don't need to talk about that. These are the factual allegations as to all causes of action. Peterson has a well-established history of deceitful, fraudulent, and criminal conduct, as well as threatening, assaultive, and violent criminal conduct. Peterson is a convicted federal felon sentenced for lying to federal agents. See, I told you. Didn't I tell you we about to know anything bad about this lady? Never heard of her a day in my life. Peterson is a convicted federal felon sentenced for lying to federal agents and officers by making materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statements and or representations to them in violation. Now they pulled the whole statute. They pulled the whole statute and put it in here. 18 U.S.C. Section 1001. Peterson's federal probationary sentence was revoked, and she was sentenced to 12 months in federal prison after multiple violations of the terms of her probation, including an aggravated assault, conviction for launching a violent attack on other women. In that aggravated assault, Peterson, while holding her minor child, physically slashed the victim multiple times using a razor blade, hit it in Peterson's mouth. Whoa! Sabrina is bout it. Huh? Bree. This violent attack that caused Peterson's federal probation to be revoked and Peterson to be placed in prison was one of no less than 10 instances of violent, assaultive, threatening, and or harassing conduct for which Peterson has faced legally criminal consequences in different states. This conduct includes multiple instances of domestic violence, stalking, harassment, threats, battery, aggravated assault, destruction of property, and the issuance of a protective and restraining orders against her. Jeez, Bria. Acting like I know her. Dang, Bree. Multiple individuals have successfully sought legal and law enforcement intervention and protection from Peterson's stalking, harassing, and threatening conduct both online through social media and in person. Peterson has faced several criminal interventions for her harassing, threatening, and or violent conduct. That includes, but is not limited to, the following: posting a victim's image and personal information on an online social media platform and on billboards, falsely stating that the individual was spreading HIV, a sexually transmitted virus, to individuals. My goodness, Bree. Posting a victim's residential address on online social media platforms alongside false information that the victim was giving away personal property for free and encouraging strangers to go to the residence and harass the victim. sending explicit photographs, videos, and threatening messages to a victim at the victim's workplace, posting false allegations about a victim on online social media platforms after that individual ended a romantic relationship with her, posting slanderous material about a victim who was a former coworker on online social media platforms, threatening and harassing the individuals in their new place of work, following a victim, another former coworker, to her residence and threatening to shoot the victim with what appeared to be a weapon, entering a high school, physically assaulting an educator in the institution, and threatening to violently harm and disfigure a high school student. Brave. Vandalizing a victim's residence after a neighborhood dispute with the neighbor. You tearing up properties? Pushing, striking, and kicking a yet another former coworker, violently attacking the victims who were the owners and customers in a neighboring business, and violent physical altercation with various victims. This is a purported mugshot for Sabrina Peterson from 2013. What? Brave. Girl, hit me in my dick. Do you got something to say, Bree? Do you want to speak up for yourself? We encourage your side of the story. My gosh. My goodness. My goodness. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go on? Hit the like button. Not only is you got more pictures. Not only is Peterson a federal felon who was convicted for lying to federal officers, she has a documented history of spreading false information about people on social media in order to harass them, and routinely engages in deceitful, fraudulent, false, or misleading conduct for profit, utilizing her various social media and other online platforms, including but not limited to Instagram, through the account name handle at the Glam University. Girl, let me go find you on Instagram at the Glam University. Let me see if I can find you at the Glam University. Okay. Oh, she live right now. Wait a minute. Let's see what she talk. Hold on. She live right now. Let me see if we can get on her live. Girl.
I don't know. I said, nah, you know, why the hell did you keep asking who you talking to?
Does that make sense to you?
Huh?
Does that make sense to you? If a kid is video gaming 90% of the time,
Wait a minute, sorry.
video games 90% of the time, and he starts talking on road.
I totally understand. He should have just told me that.
Oh,
Or maybe he should have asked you enough to you. Because I was like, why? What did you do that she could?
Sure, I don't know what she's talking about right now, but this is her thing. It's 264,000. She got Juanita. She got Nita on here. Look, what she got?
You don't blink. This ain't the season where you talking to people.
She got Nita on here, so she get all inspirational and stuff. Okay, let me get back to what I was. Say yeah, she stab you. Oh no, I know what I'm dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Shoot, I don't know. Brina. She had, you said 264,000, but only 64 viewers. Wow. Oh, Jesus. I was trying to see if she was going to say something about this lawsuit. Does she know she been sued? I was going to tell Brina. I should go on there like, girl, do you know T.I. sued you? What you about to do? Let's see. Okay, I ain't gonna do that. See, I'm getting off course. I was about to tell her, like, girl, you want to hop on over here and tell us about all of this? Okay. Peterson markets herself as a cannabis entrepreneur, even though neither she nor her company, Pretty High Company LLC, has any license to sell cannabis products in California or any state in which she distributes such products. Additionally, Peterson advertises and promotes the sale and purchase of illegally imported counterfeit luxury items from Turkey. Even posting images of her minor child on social media to promote the purchase of such counterfeit goods. Okay, girl, let me see. Let me see where this picture at. She got this thing. I don't see it on this one. At Pretty High Company, so she does have that. Oh, the Glam University. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's go on. I'm trying to investigate in the middle of things. Peterson also promotes her business coaching services, purportedly charging clients thousands of dollars for each session, although she has no discernible basis for providing such coaching. No legitimate businesses and a long list of creditors, including Harris, to whom she owes approximately $100K. Peterson has a well-established history of deceitful and harassing conduct toward Harris. Harris, aka T.I., aka Tip, has been a celebrated entertainer for the last 30 years, widely known throughout the world as a pioneer in hip-hop music, as a rapper, songwriter, and producer, as well as an actor, entertainment industry exec, and author at All Times Material Herein. Harris has been married to Tamika Harris, aka Tiny, a celebrity singer, songwriter, and entertainment. Prior to 2007, Peterson was close personal friends with Mrs. Harris, but their relationship ended, in part because Harris did not want Peterson's dark, toxic energy and character around his wife or their family. In fact, Peterson readily publicized the fact that she at one point violently attacked Harris's assistant. However, Peterson was, and to this day is, a quote, clout chaser, or an individual who seeks notoriety, particularly on social media platforms, based on her proximity to celebrities. She has maintained a bizarre, unhealthy, and unhinged obsession with Harris, his wife, and their family. As such, Peterson remained relentless about insinuating herself into Harris's family life. For example, she would show up unannounced and uninvited to the hospital when Harris's family members were seeking health care treatment. She would also come around the Harris family, forcing her minor child to pose for pictures with Harris so that Peterson could post them on social media platforms, including Facebook, where Peterson posts under her profile of the Glam University. They going to at Trouble Man training ASAP. How you forcing somebody though? Now come on. She would also come around the Harris family, forcing her minor child to pose for pictures with Harris. So I don't know. It's interesting wording. And there go a picture, I guess, with her and the babies, with him and the babies, T.I. and her kids. Peterson was unable to accept that she was persona non grata to Harris and his family and became obsessed with Harris, his wife, and his family, and bizarrely fixated on their every move. For example, in or around 2020, Peterson took statements Harris made in support of the Atlanta mayor personally, even though they had nothing to do with Peterson whatsoever. Peterson had a bizarre belief that Harris's social media posts in support of the then Atlanta mayor Keisha Bottoms' views on issues, and in her re-election campaign against another candidate, Felicia Moore, were in fact veiled attacks directed at Peterson herself. Peterson's strange assumptions seem to be founded on the fact that she participated in protests against Bottoms' policies and happened to meet Felicia Moore at a protest. Felicia Moore acknowledged that as a part of her campaign for office, Peterson started making accusations about Harris in order to specifically discredit the incumbent mayor by discrediting the celebrities that supported her, Harris. Peterson, forever clout chasing and still obsessed with being spurned by Harris and his family, started to spread false, salacious allegations against Harris and his wife that they had actually assaulted women. Indeed, neither Harris nor his wife, Mrs. Harris, actually assaulted anyone. But given their celebrity status, the allegations were quickly picked up and spread in the media. Peterson's false and salacious allegations brought her the attention and notoriety she desperately desired. So she continued publicizing them in reckless disregard for the truth. Indeed, her recklessness was reported on at least one occasion where Peterson quickly publicized a completely fabricated story of assault that was sent by the author to test whether Peterson would actually promote it, which she predictably did. Wow. So this is a post from the industry on blast that says Sabrina Peterson caught posting fake T.I. and Tiny victim. Let me read this. Ooh, I still can't read that. Good God. Oh, it's blurry. You can't even read it. Can't even read it. Okay, we'll move on with my nosy self. Peterson's willingness to fabricate and publicize false, salacious allegations against Harris and his wife, a celebrity couple, caught the attention of Tyrone Blackburn. Not Tyrone Blackburn. Oh, Lord have mercy. Shanta said they lost a lot of deals on their TV show and everything behind those lies. Oh, my. That sucks. Yeah, boy, Tyrone in the house. No, I know Tyrone represented Sabrina in that case, from my understanding. Peterson's willingness to fabricate and publicize false, salacious allegations against Harris and his wife, a celebrity couple, caught the attention of Tyrone Blackburn, an attorney who has also gained notoriety as a clout chaser by lodging false, salacious allegations, usually outlandish allegations of actual assault against various celebrities. As a federal judge in the Southern District of New York wrote when referring to Blackburn to the court's grievance committee, he is an attorney who improperly files cases, quote, to garner media attention, embarrass defendants with salacious allegations, and pressure defendants to settle quickly, end quote. Dang, you got a hit piece out here, Blackburn. They got a hit piece in here. Peterson partnered with Blackburn to specifically and boldly solicit women through her social media platform, namely Instagram and Facebook, to lodge false allegations against Harris. Peterson, along with Blackburn, would coach women on what to say and how to present their false narratives for a potential legal case to be brought by Blackburn. Peterson's active and aggressive solicitation of women through social media to serve as Blackburn's potential clients, also known as, quote, capping or, quote, case running, was wholly unsuccessful. Peterson and Blackburn have never launched any successful legal case, criminal or civil, against Harris or his wife. Peterson and Blackburn's aggressive solicitation did nothing more than provide Peterson with the notoriety and media attention she so craved at the expense of Harris and his reputation. Drunk with the attention she was receiving for falsely accusing Harris of actual assault, Peterson also filed a lawsuit against Harris and his wife in 2021, asserting bogus claims sounding in defamation. However, in that lawsuit, Harris successfully brought an anti-SLAPP motion, and Peterson was ordered to pay Harris $96,000 in attorney fees, which to date has not been paid. That's a lot of money. You said, not y'all calling all the names out. Oh my gosh. Now she owes them $96K. That anti-slap slapped her around with that case. And she ain't got it. Apparently, she don't have it. She ain't paid it. It's $96,000 plus attorney fees. Or $96,000 plus in attorney fees. So the anti-slap, when you win, that's what they have to pay your attorney fees and costs. And I think it's mandatory in California. So yeah. Or instead, Peterson has carried on with her decade-old habit of online harassment through public social media posts. On or about September 17, 2024, Peterson posted spurious accusations against Harris on the @theglam University Instagram account, an account Peterson uses to promote her purported business enterprises, as well as herself as a social media influencer. These posts attached here too as Exhibit A and B. Now, I've downloaded Exhibit A and B and they are redacted. Okay, so they trying to have those under seal. So whatever she posted on there, I don't think it's on there anymore. And they're not trying to keep respreading it, which is smart. And fully incorporated herein were done as a story and remain visible to the public and specifically highlighted to the account's 250,000 followers for 24 hours. So she had it up for 24 hours. In them, Peterson falsely asserts that there is a pending federal investigation focused on Harris related to ex-trafficking in connection with another high-profile celebrity being federally prosecuted for such conduct. She identifies Harris by his stage name, specifically, quote, tagging his Instagram account @tip over a picture of the other high-profile celebrity and words that he was arrested by federal authorities for alleged ex-trafficking, asking Harris if he was ready to be arrested next, and a statement that, quote, the feds are gathering facts, end quote, about Harris. Peterson knew that her incendiary accusations were false, but recklessly made them via social media anyway, because doing so has been Peterson's established go-to method for harassing individuals. Moreover, specifically asserting wild, salacious allegations against Harris has been Peterson's tried and true method for gaining media attention and notoriety. As a result of Peterson's slanderous, defamatory conduct, Harris has sustained harm to his reputation, business, profession, occupation, as well as emotional distress and anguish. Those are the facts as being alleged by T.I. Let's continue to the cause of action. The first cause of action is defamation, libel per se. As set forth herein, defendant intentionally published false statements about plaintiff on her Instagram account under the account @theglam University to be read by the public at large and the 250K followers of her account. Defendant published these false and defamatory statements to third parties with full and actual knowledge that said statements were false or with reckless disregard for whether said statements were false. These false statements made in the September 17 post clearly and unequivocally communicate the falsehood that federal investigators are investigating Harris for ex-trafficking in connection with another high-profile celebrity being prosecuted by stating @tip, are you ready? Over the image of that high-profile individual with words identifying that individual, along with the fact that he was arrested by federal authorities for alleged ex-trafficking and stating, quote, feds are gathering the facts. Because @tip refers to Harris's Instagram account, third parties reading the September 17 post reasonably understood them to be about Harris specifically and reasonably understood the statement to mean that plaintiff is a party to a federal crime of ex-trafficking alongside the prominent celebrity entertainer widely known for being federally prosecuted for such conduct. In publishing these false statements, defendant knew that they would have a damaging impact on plaintiff's business, trade, and professional reputation by falsely claiming that plaintiff was the subject or defendant in a federal criminal investigation and or prosecution for ex-trafficking alongside the prominent celebrity entertainer being prosecuted for such conduct. These published false statements were not mere name-calling or rhetorical hyperbole, but of specific facts that are false and thus actionable. In publishing these false statements, Defendant intentionally caused these falsehoods to be disseminated to individuals both inside and outside of plaintiff's personal and professional circles and made the statements in order to discredit and or humiliate him. Defendant published these false and defamatory statements to third parties as part of defendant's ongoing campaign to harass plaintiff and his family and to garner attention and engagement on her social media account and boost her clout or her own popularity as a social media influencer. Defendant's false statements about plaintiff are not afforded any privileges or protections for the First Amendment or otherwise. Defendant knew that publishing these false statements about plaintiff on the internet would have a damaging impact on plaintiff's credibility and reputation, or knew that the damaging impact on plaintiff's credibility and reputation was substantially certain to occur. Well, geez, defendant knew or had reason to know said statements have a natural tendency to injure or cause damages to plaintiff, subjecting him to public contempt. Defendant knew or had reason to know said statement would directly injure plaintiff's business, trade, and or professional reputation. And we didn't say that a few times now too. As the direct and proximate result of defendant's knowing and intentional publishing of statements that defendant knew or should have known were false, plaintiff has suffered and will likely suffer continuing harm. His business, trade, and professional reputation are all in an amount according to proof at the time of trial. He also is saying that these false claims, plaintiff has suffered shame, mortification, humiliation, embarrassment, hurt feelings, mental and emotional distress, and discomfort, all of plaintiff's damages in an amount proven at trial. Plaintiff informed it and believed, and on the basis alleges that the aforesaid acts directed toward plaintiff by defendant were carried with a conscious disregard of plaintiff's right to be free from such wrongful illegal conduct, such as to constitute oppression, fraud, or malice. Okay, wait a minute. It's per se. So when you do defamation per se, you don't have to prove damages. There are certain things that are, if it can be proven, it's considered defamatory, and that's accusing someone of a crime, accusing someone of having a loathsome disease, accusing a woman of unchastity. Some of these have changed a little bit, I'm sure, because the way the times have changed. Accusing a woman of unchastity, and I think one pertaining to business. I think it's like four different ones, of which it's considered defamation, because usually when you do any torts, you have to prove your elements, but you also have to prove damages. But when it comes to certain specific areas, including accusing someone of committing a crime, it's defamation per se, and you don't have to necessarily prove your damages. Like in the complaint, you know what I'm saying? Like the jury can just be like, oh, that was just egregious. We're going to give you $2 million. And it may not even be based on you really lost $2 million. Now, defamation libel per quad, you do have to prove it. So it sounds like this is pretty much the same thing. It's just defamation per quad. These are the exact same allegations. The third cause of action is misappropriation of name or likeness. Defendant markets herself as a social media influencer, purported business coach, and entrepreneur on her social media platform, including but not limited to Instagram, through the social media account name at the Glam University. As such, increased viewership and popularity with their social media accounts directly benefits defendants' clout. They use clout. They like that word clout. And overall marketability for her professional ventures. As previously set forth herein, defendant has spent years trying to leverage plaintiff's name, identity, and or likeness on social media platforms for her own commercial benefit and or to increase the circle of her influence on such platforms. Plaintiff has never consented to defendant's use of his name, identity, and or likeness to market his professional ventures as a social media influence and a purported business coach and entrepreneur. You know how, like, on YouTube, when you have those people that they always want to put your name and stuff because they feel like that's going to get people that's going to come to their platform. This is pretty much what he's saying, is that you're putting my name because you know that my name garners attention and views. You say I did something, people are going to come over and it's going to bring traffic, and you profit off of that. Just like how people do the little clickbait and do it on thumbnails on YouTube. It's going to bring people there because they're like, oh my gosh, I see so-and-so in this thumbnail. And then you go over there to see what's going on, and then you make money off of it, because the more viewers that you have, the bigger your check is going to be. So that's pretty much what he's saying she over there doing on Instagram using his name. As set forth herein, defendant intentionally published false statements about plaintiff on her Instagram. So it's basically the same situation about the X trafficking. The fourth cause of action is right of privacy, false light. Pretty much. As set forth herein, defendant intentionally published false statements about plaintiff on her Instagram account under the account at the Glam University to be read by the public at large and the 250K followers of her account. Again, defendant used plaintiff's name and or identity in the September 17 post on Instagram, identified plaintiff by his Instagram account at tip, even though plaintiff never consented to defendant's use of his name, identity, or a likeness to be used in defendant's social media posts. The false statements made in the September 17 post clearly and unequivocally communicate the falsehood that federal investigators are investigating Harris for X trafficking in connection with another high-profile celebrity being prosecuted by such. I did not know that even happened, that someone accused him of being a part of the Diddy stuff. That is crazy. Now, some of you guys are saying that he should have been sued her, but it sounds like he's only suing her looking at this based on this one 24-hour post that she had on there, of which she connected him to Diddy. That's what she's basically being sued for. Okay. So he is requesting a jury trial demand, and he says he is also requesting judgment for non-economic damage suffered by the plaintiff, for economic damages suffered by the plaintiff, for punitive and exemplary damages to the extent provided by law, for plaintiff's reasonable attorney fees to the extent provided by law, for plaintiff's reasonable expert fees, for an award of prejudgment interest, for debt and injunctive relief, and for such other relief the court deems just and proper. And the attorney is Indira J. Cameron Banks. What say ye, guys? What do you think? Wendy Williams man gave the hot topics on T.I. and Tiny allegedly. Well, that ain't what they talking about right now. He's saying she basically has tried to attach him to Diddy, and he said he don't want no parts, and so he's suing her because he don't want no parts. But do you have to be a household name before filing that type of complaint? No, there are literally some people who, because they see, even on YouTube, if they see your platform growing or see you growing, they will try to use your name and attach you to things and people that basically may sully your reputation. And so what he's saying is, because I am popular and I bring traction, which equates to money on your platform, or even more people for you to sell whatever products you have or whatever it is, then that's why you're basically using my name. And I didn't give you the right to use my name for commercial purposes. So he's equating that to you doing that as using the name for commercial purposes. They are tiptoe through the pretty tulip. She said, Pam, them folks are keeping you up past your bedtimes. They are. But I haven't been on in a couple of days, so it's cool. Anonymous may have said, wow, that sounds like T.I. talking expeditiously. If you guys say expeditiously one more time on here, okay? Y'all talk about expeditious. This girl's still live. Somebody go over there to her channel and see what she's talking about. I don't want to keep popping in and out of her little live. You know, your name come up at the bottom. She's going to be like, who is this girl? Sunflower said, hello again, everyone. YouTube is playing because I'm not getting my live notification. Of course, I hit the like button. Thank you. He thought she owned more. They said 96,000 plus, so it could have been more. You know what? You said VH1 didn't waste any time cutting that show. I want to well, no, I don't want y'all to tell me what else was said because he out here suing people apparently for it. But I think it's very interesting. So back in September, so maybe Jay-Z's stance is like rubbing off on people. Like we're not about to just let people get away with messing up our reputation. Because I think it's interesting that if she said other things and T.I. chose this part about the Diddy situation to be like, nah, you done went too far. You're not about to at me talking about I'm next. You said she's off. Okay. You said I don't blame T.I. for suing her because allegedly lying like that isn't cool. Kelly said, I'm glad more celebrities are fighting back against reckless speech. You know, I'm too reckless. I would agree with that because I do think some people take stuff too far. And so what happens a lot is you will have certain people that you talk about that just bring traction. You know, people that don't like other people, they'll come to your channel if you're talking about that person. You just have certain people that go overboard. Now, I believe that you should have freedom of speech, but you got to be responsible with your speech. And I think what has happened on social media is no checks and balances on it, obviously. So people saying anything, like to make an inference, she'll probably argue, I didn't say he did it, but I mean, literally, if you post him with Diddy, because that's what they were doing around that time. When that indictment came down, people were searching the internet, trying to find pictures of everybody who was with Diddy. I even found a picture with Diddy with Aretha Franklin. I'm like, y'all can't even be serious right now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people went to the white parties. If you were a who's who, you went to the white parties. And they were trying to use that as a way to connect people to it, which was obviously unfair. So like I totally get it that people are going overboard. So I ain't mad at them from that sense. But some of these celebrities though, they just don't want you to talk about them at all. And so they get mad whether it's true or false. And sometimes they'll come against you because they know you don't have money. That a lot of people on YouTube don't have the money to fight the celebrities. So they may use it as a sense of silencing you. But like Jay-Z's allegations, yeah, I'll be fighting them joints tooth and nail as well. This right here is similar. Basically, you're saying you was a part of it. So yeah, I can see that as well. Because that's actually accusing you of committing a crime. That's something totally different. So I have mixed feelings on celebrities suing because I think sometimes they've sued and they've done it as a bully tactic. Then I've also seen where some people do go overboard with their commentary and they make statements that are not grounded in law and fact, or in fact, I should say, not necessarily law, but in fact, you guys get emails, they'll get DMs. These people don't say their real names on YouTube. They don't have their real names on Instagram. I've met so many people that have been related to people through dummy pages where they watch me in the bushes, but then they want to identify who they are. My name is 2x2 on YouTube. They'll identify later, but these people are not going to come back. If you get sued, they're not going to come back to testify on your behalf. Half these people, you don't even know their real name. So some of these people are taking information that's can't even be corroborated. And you just talking about it out here because it has a salacious undertone to it because of the celebrity it's attached to. I do think that's unfair and people need to be a little bit more responsible. Now that I do agree with. But like people saying their experience when they worked with somebody that was a celebrity or something, that's just their experience. You trying to gag order them and shut them up, just do better. If you was trash, then you was trash as a lawyer. I think them bullying people in that way ain't cool. But you said they did sue after they won a lawsuit, though. Yeah. And Papa said, I have many pics with stars, but I never lie and say something happened that never happened. That's because you got some integrity. Everybody don't have that integrity. Exactly. Be responsible with your freedom of speech. Freedom of speech isn't freedom from consequences. And that's a word. Freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences. You said Denzel catching strays. You said he's the rubber band man wild as the Taliban. I cannot stand you. I remember when T.I. sued her, I can't believe she still didn't pay up. According to him, nope. She accused them of doing the Diddy on her. If I remember right, she sued them and lost. That's from Aunt Natty. So go ahead and read Quando Rondo. Where is that at? Where's Quando Rondo at? I ain't doing nothing like that tonight. Let me see. Sabrina Peterson sues T.I. T.I. and Tiny demand payment from ex-friend Sabrina. T.I. and Tiny demand $1,000 per day from Sabrina Peterson. Now, they've been trying to get their money. Judge blocks the dismissal request of T.I. and Tiny. Harris and his wife T.I.'s attempt to dismiss the remaining claims in the ex-friend's lawsuit. What is this? Judge blocks dismissal request. According to In Touch magazine, the judge denied rapper T.I. Harris and his wife Tiny's attempt to dismiss the remaining claims in their ex-friend Sabrina Peterson's lawsuit. Court documents obtained by the outlet say the court refused the couple's plea to toss the case due to Peterson's failing to pay the nearly $100,000 she owes them in legal fees at a hearing on October 21st. The judge warned Peterson if she doesn't cough up the $96,000, she could face contempt if T.I. and Tiny asked for it. He also knows the December 14th trial date is firm. That's today. So when did they win their case? It looks like they won some of their claims. So it sounds like the actual attorney fees is from them winning some of the claims. So how it goes is if you win part of your claims, you can get attorney fees. Let me do some more research over here. Let me see. Sabrina Peterson to pay 5 figures in legal fees. So that was back in 2023. T.I. suffered setback and fight with ex-pal. See what I'm saying? Like, did that recently get tossed or something? Because I'm looking at this and these articles are saying something different. So In Touch said rapper T.I. and wife Tiny suffer setback in effort to toss ex-pal's lawsuit after Diddy comparison. November 1st. A judge denied rapper T.I. and his wife Tiny's attempt to dismiss the remaining claims in their ex-friend Sabrina Peterson's lawsuit. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, the court shut down T.I. and Tiny's plea to toss the case due to Sabrina failing to cough up nearly $100,000 she owes them in legal fees at a hearing on October 21st. The judge warned Sabrina if she doesn't cough up the $96,000, she could face contempt if T.I. and Tiny ask for it. He also noted that the December 14th trial date is firm. Sabrina, what is all these ads? I guess they said, ma'am, you won't be reading my stuff for nothing. Sabrina and Tiny posted a photo of her son with T.I. on social media amid the feud. Wait a minute. She claimed the couple caused her to be harassed after she publicly accused T.I. of threatening to unalive her. She claimed he pulled a GUN on her after she got into an argument with his assistant. Sabrina also accused T.I. and Tiny of abusing women over the years. Sabrina said Tiny posted a photo of her son with T.I. on social media amid the feud. The caption read, "Hold up, so you want your abuser to train your son? Now, when did you say my husband assaulted you? Did you change your mind or change it back? What's up with you today, Pooh? I'm confused. Stop harassing my family, you strange. Everybody know you been special. Please get help." T.I. and Tiny deny all allegations of wrongdoing. Their lawyers slammed Sabrina in court documents, calling her and a judge liar, a convicted felon with a lengthy rap sheet for crimes involving dishonesty and violent assault. The lawyer says Sabrina has a reputation for being unscrupulous. T.I. and Tiny's lawyers were able to get several claims dismissed in the case. The couple was awarded $96K and legal fees in October 2023. Last month, the couple asked that the remaining claims be thrown out and the case closed. They said Sabrina had failed to pay $96K by the deadline set by the court. The lawyer said T.I. and Tiny's motion should have never been filed. It is nothing more than a blatant grab for media attention, a desperate stunt to distract from the real issues at hand. It's a common tactic we've seen used before by high-profile figures like Harvey Weinstein and Sean Diddy Combs, who actually traffic women and then weaponize the press to shame and humiliate the victims, hoping to bury the truth under scandal and manipulation. Interesting. When was this article? November 1st of 2024. I don't know if that case is totally over. It sounds like they won some of the claims, but I'm not sure if that case is totally over. Okay, y'all. I think we're gone for real for the night. It's after 12 o'clock. And Papa said T.I. lost his Marvel movie role because of Sabrina. Oh my. I'm gonna look it up. I gotta see if that case is still going. Just because you win some of the claims doesn't mean you won the case. So if you see how in that complaint that we just looked at with T.I., there were 4 causes of action, right? If they filed a motion to dismiss, they may dismiss 3 claims on an anti-slap, and then the 1 claim is left. But how the courts work with the anti-slap in most of these courts, whatever claims that you get stricken, you got to pay attorney fees on that. So your case can still be going even though you didn't win all of your claims, you can get money off of the claims that you actually won. But you said, I'm glad I could be of assistance. So if she doesn't pay the $96,000, what happens? You probably can get garnished, just like it's a judgment, just like any other judgment. That's it. All right, you guys. Thank you for all of you guys that listen to me talk again, after just, listen to me talk about Jay-Z. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. We've been on here for another hour. If you have not watched the previous video, please make sure you do so. If you haven't liked this video or subscribed, make sure that you like and subscribe the video. Thank you guys again. Until the next celebrity legal drama, that is. You guys have a wonderful night.